Dear students, Namaste and welcome back to a new mathematics session. In the previous session, we have discussed the basic concepts of sets and the different way of representing sets, means roster form and set builder form. And in today's session, we shall discuss another way of representing sets, that is the diagrammatic form. We call it as Venn diagrams. And also we will discuss union and intersection of sets and difference of sets. Let's move on to the topic. Let's begin with Venn diagram. So here, as we have discussed, Venn diagram, it is a diagrammatic representation of a set, and it is the most common and easy to understand method for a common man. Here, if your set is visualized in a diagrammatic format, it is easy for a common man to understand the practical situation which is represented by using a set. So here, in Venn diagram, what we usually do is we use circles to represent the sets. In Venn diagram, it is a representation of sets using circles. So this one we will discuss in more detail by using an example. So here there is an universal set. U is equal to set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, means numbers up to 10. This is the universal set, and there are some subsets we will be taking. A is equal to set of 1, 2, 3, 4, B is equal to set of 3, 4, 5, 6, and C is equal to set of 6, 7, 8. And these three are the subsets of this universal set, means we are taking elements from the universal set and forming these sets. So let's discuss how we are going to represent this one by using a Venn diagram. For that, first of all, you have to draw a rectangle, and this rectangular portion is a representation of universal set. So first of all, you have to draw a rectangle, and this rectangular portion we will be marked as universal set U. And we have three subsets. So we have to draw three circles: first circle, second circle, and third circle. And before drawing the circle, you must make sure that whether this circle must join or not, or in just overlapping or not. For that, you need to see the elements where there is anything common or not. See, you can see here in first set A and B, there is 3 and 4 is common. That means A and B sets there is common portion, so that's why we are drawing the circle like this. And when you check B and C, there is 6 is common. That means B and 6C common elements are there, means they have to overlap second circle and third circle. So this is the way we have to draw the subsets. See, for example, when you get a question, first of all you have to go through the subsets and you have to check whether there is anything common or not. If common terms are there, then we have to draw the circle, overlapping circles, or else we have to draw it separately. That we will discuss it later on. Now let's mark this first circle as A, and second circle as B, and third circle as C. So these are the subsets. Now let's check which are the terms common. For that, what you have to do is you can use your pencil. See, this is 3 and this is 3. Means in A and B 3 is common, and 4 also common. So when you check A and C, there is nothing common. B and C also, B and C there are common terms. So that we have to mark. So B and C, when you check, you can see 6 is common in both. So there is no other common element between any two sets. So we have to plot this one in the circles. So first of all, this portion, if you check, it is a portion common for A and B. That means you have to check the elements which are common for A and B. You can see here 3, 4. 3 and 4 is common. So let's mark it in this portion. 3 and 4 we have marked. Next we have to go for marking B and C common portion. B and C common portion, when we check, there is 6 is common. So what we have to do is we have to mark 6 here. So let's mark it. Now we have to mark the remaining elements. For that, what you have to do is take the first circle. When you check the first circle, this is the first circle A, and here 4 and 3 we have already marked. 3 and 4 we have marked. So when you check here, 3 and 4 we have already cut, and there is 1 and 2 is balanced. So let's mark 1 and 2 here. So if you mark inside, it will be there for B also, but B is not having that 1 and 2. So we have to mark only A. So 1 and 2 we have marked. Next, when you come to B circle is having 3 elements, 4, 3 and 6. So when you check 4, 3 and 6, that means only 5 is balanced. That 5 you have to put here, which is not belongs to C. So that we have marked. Then come to C portion. C portion, when you check, there is 6 is marked. That means other than 6, 7 and 8 are there. 8 elements are there. 7 and 8. These are the 2 elements. So just to mark it 7 and 8. Now all the subsets we have marked here, elements we have included. Now let's check whether all the universal set elements we have included or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So up to 8 only we have taken. In the universal set there are 2 elements which is not belongs to any of the 3 sets. Means these 2 elements position is outside these 3 circles. So let's mark it 9 and 10. So the entire universal set we have included in this Venn diagram. So this is the way of representing sets by using Venn diagram. Next we shall discuss union of set. Here union of set A and B has all the elements of set A and set B. Here as the word says union, union means together. If how many sets are there, all these sets together we will collect and we will make the union of set. Here word itself just defines the term union of set. Here when you check union of sets A and B has all the elements of set A and set B. It's mentioned about 2 sets. If more than 2 sets are there means all those sets together elements we have to collect. And while writing time we know that while writing the elements we should write one element only one time. So all the elements of given sets collecting together we form the union of set. Here it is represented by the symbol. This is a symbol almost similar to English alphabet, capital alphabet U, but actually that is not U. This is the way we have to represent union. Without, if you are just forgetting the symbol, just to think of this first letter. Okay, so this is the symbol which we represent for union of set. Let's take an example that A is equal to set of 1, 2, 3, 4 and B is equal to set of 3, 4, 5, 6. Here numbers, common counting numbers I am taking because it is easy to understand, that's why. So for making the concept clear, the simple examples are enough. Now here just union of set, how do we represent? By using Venn diagram. So let's use Venn diagram here. So just marked U. Just we have drawn a rectangle and we have just plotted U. It represents the universal set. And here there are mentioning about 2 sets A and B, and there are common elements also. Here 3 and 4 is common for both the sets. Means 2 circles we have to draw and there must be a common portion for A and B. That means the circles will be coming like this. And we have to mark as A and B. Now let's check the common element. Here 3 and here 4 and here also 3 and 4. So let's mark 3 and 4 in the common portion. And the remaining elements, when you consider set A, 3 and 4 is taken, so the remaining is 1 and 2. So let's plot it 1 and 2, this portion. And when you consider B circle, 3 and 4 is already taken, means 5 and 6 is balanced, so that will be coming here. Now we are discussing about the union of set. Union of set means just the elements which are together in both A and B. If you are shading, so this is the portion representing set A and set B separately, and when we take together this shaded portion, it means entire circles, then we call it as union of set. So the shaded portion we will be calling as A union B, and this is a diagrammatic representation of A union B. And if you are writing in roster form, A union B means just write A, this symbol you have to put union symbol, B is equal to set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want I will show you how to write. So just we can write A union B. A union B is equal to, we will be going for writing all the elements by using commas. That means we have 1, we have 2, and then we will be going for 3 and 4, then 5 and 6. As we know that 3 and 4 is repeating, then no need to write. So only one time writing is enough. So this is the way of just writing A union B. Okay. So the union symbol is not appropriate here. Just this is the way you have to mark a union. Okay. So I hope it is clear. Next we shall discuss the properties of union of sets. First one is A union B is equal to B union A. Means if you change the order of set is not a problem. Means as we know that union means together. A and B together if you take, and B and A together if you take also, we will be considering the same elements. That's the sets will be equal. So this is called the commutative law. Next is A union B union C is equal to, means first 2 sets union you are taking, and then that set you are taking union with the third set will be equal to first set union with the second and third set. Means second and third set first you will calculate the union, and then we will be mixing with A also. first two sets together you are considering the union, and mixing with the third set also will be the same sets we are getting. So this is called the associative law. We have discussed this one in the smaller classes in addition, subtraction and all, multiplication also, commutative law and associative law and all. Next is A union null set is equal to A union phi. This is called the symbol phi. A union phi is equal to A. So this is quite a logical statement. Union means together. So A set is there, you are mixing with a null set where there is no element. So surely you will be getting the set A only, because this set is having no element. So A union null set is equal to A. Law of identity element, or phi is the identity of U. So this is very important, just to keep it in mind. Phi is the identity of U. The next is A union A is equal to A. This is called idempotent law. That is A union A. If you are taking union of two same sets, we will be getting the same set only. Because as we know that when you are mixing or when you are writing the elements together, we will write element only one time, even though if it is repeating two times. So since it is writing only one time, we will be getting the same set A. So this is called idempotent law. And here phi is the identity of U. As we know that identity, how we are defining in the sense, when you are doing an operation with a particular number, the same element is getting, means that is called the identity. So here just making union with phi, but we are getting the same set. So phi is the identity. And here you are making union with the same set, you are getting the same set itself. That is the idempotent law. The fifth one is union of universal set and A union. So if you are making union with an universal set, please don't just mix up these two symbols. This is universal set and this is a union. So universal set union A is equal to the universal set itself, because universal set is the bigger set and we are deriving or taking elements from the universal set and forming set A. So that's why universal set union A is equal to U. That is law of universal. Next we shall discuss about the intersection of set. Here intersection of sets A and B has all the elements which are common to set A and set B. So what we have to do is, for writing the intersection of sets, just see the elements in the sets, and if there is anything common in that particular sets, two or more sets, then we can say that, or we can collect those elements and we can write that is called the intersection of set. Intersection means common and union means together. Just to collect the elements together, we form the union of set, and while intersection is making time, we have to check the common elements and collect and write, that is the intersection. It is represented by the symbol this one. So just opposite of union. Union means we just go with U symbol, almost similar to U symbol. Just when you are reversing, then you will get the intersection symbol. Please don't forget the symbols. Let's take an example. Let A is equal to set of 1, 2, 3, 4 and B is equal to set of 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you consider these two sets, here the highlighted elements are there, 3 and 4, here also 3 and 4. These two are the common elements. As we know that intersection is common elements, that means A intersection B is equal to set of 3, 4. Just collect the common elements and write A intersection B is equal to set of 3, 4. So let's visualize this one by using a Venn diagram. Universal set we have marked by drawing a rectangle. Then there are two circles. Surely this intersection we are having two common elements. That's why the circles will be overlapping a particular portion here. So here just to mark the sets A and B, and then we have marked the common elements 3 and 4 in the common portion of A and B. Then the remaining elements you have to mark. A, 3 and 4 is taken, 1 and 2 is balanced. So 1 and 2 we have marked. And then B, when you consider 3 and 4 is taken, means 5 and 6 is balanced. So we have taken 5 and 6. Now we are going to mark which portion representing the intersection. As we know that the common portion for both A and B, that is this area, 3 and 4 carrying area. So this is the portion representing the intersection of sets. And we can mark it as A intersection B. And when you are marking A union B, the entire circles, two circles, entire portion will be coming. But here A intersection B means only the common portion. Next we will be discussing about the properties of intersection. Here A intersection B is equal to B intersection A. Means as we know that just common elements, if you check first A and second B, and or first B and second A. Order is not a problem. Common elements remain same. That is the commutative law. And next is A intersection B intersection C is equal to A intersection B intersection C. Means here the order of operation is not a problem. First two sets you are doing first, and then you are comparing with third set, or else second and third set you are doing together and comparing with first set. Whichever way you do, the common portions will be same for all of the three sets. So A intersection B intersection C is equal to A intersection B intersection C. This is the associative law. Then phi intersection A is equal to phi. Means if you are comparing a set with a null set, and if you are finding for intersection, means common element. Here in this set there is nothing will be there, no element will be there. Since there is no element, there will be nothing common. So A intersection, null set or phi intersection A is equal to phi, or a null set. Then universal set intersection A. Means if you are comparing an universal set with A and finding for a common element, then you will be getting set A itself. So universal set intersection A is equal to A, and phi intersection A is equal to phi itself. So these things are not so complicated if you know the definition. Phi is not having any element. That means if you are comparing, or if you are if you are searching for a common element, nothing will be getting. So that resultant set will be a null set. But if you are just searching for common element with a universal set and a subset, then you will be getting the same element. Whatever elements are there in A, the same elements will be getting as common element. So that will be equal to set A. Next is A intersection A is equal to A itself. Means when you are comparing one set with the same set and finding the common elements, you will be getting the same set itself. That is the idempotent law. Next is A intersection B union C is equal to A intersection B union A intersection C. Very important statement this one. A intersection B union C means first we are calculating B and C together, B union C, and finding the common elements with A. That is called A intersection B union C is equal to A and B common element you will be calculating, and A and C common element you will be calculating. Then taking the union of the two sets. So A intersection B union A intersection C. That is called the distributive law. So this is very important result. Please note and study. We can also write this distributive law as like this: A union B intersection C. Means changing the operations here. Here intersection, here you are using union. So A union B intersection C is equal to A union B intersection A union C. Okay. So just think like this: A union B, it's written. Then this is the symbol intersection A union C. So this is the way we are writing. Either this one, and not either this one as well as this one. These two statements are very important. So please note and study. Next is disjoint sets. Another definition here: disjoint set means if A and B are two sets such that A intersection B is a null set, then A and B are called disjoint sets. Here we have all discussed about intersection of sets. Intersection means common element in two sets, element or elements. But here in disjoint set means nothing will be common. Means A intersection B will be a null set, no element will be in common. Then we can say that the two sets are disjoint sets. When we can say two sets are disjoints, means there will be no common element. Then we can say that A and B are disjoint set. How do we represent disjoint sets? So simply like this, means there will be no common element. That means these two circles will not touch. There will be one A, there will be one B, but this A and B will not touch because there is no common portion. And this is the universal set, which is represented by a rectangle. So this is a way of representing disjoint sets. And intersection is there means we will be representing by using this type of circles, and this is a common portion representing the A intersection B. Next, we shall discuss about the difference of sets. The difference of the sets A and B in this order is the set of elements which belong to A but not B. Set of elements which belong to A but not B. Here order is very important. Here first set is A and the second set is B. So elements which belongs to A but not belongs to B. You have to compare A and B, and from A we have to choose an element which is not there in B. This is the definition. So when you are going through the definition, you will not understand anything. Let's discuss by using an example. So here symbolically we write A difference means A minus B and read as A minus B. This is the way of representing difference of two sets. Let's take an example. Let A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, B is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8. As I said before, the order is very important here. First of all, let's discuss about A minus B. A minus B means the elements which are there in A but not in B. Elements which are there in A but not in B. So when you check here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the elements of A, and B means 2, 4, 6, 8. And when you check here, 1 is there in A but not in B, so 1 is an element, and 2 is there in both, so this will not be considered, and 3 is there in A. Elements which are in A but not in B means 3 is there in A, not in B, so 3 will be coming. Next is 4 is there A and B, so we will not be taking. Then 5, when you check, it is there in A but not in B, so 5 will be taking. Then 6, when you consider, it is there. So difference means A minus B. A minus B means elements which are there in A but not in B. They are set of 1, 3, 5. Next is B minus A. Let's check. Means elements which are in B not in A. So B we have to check first. So 2 it is there. Then 4 it is there. 6 it is there, but 8 when you consider, it is not there in A. So B minus A element is set of 8. So you can see here A minus B and B minus A, they are entirely different set. Means A minus B is not equal to B minus A. So how do we represent the difference of two sets? By using Venn diagram. So universal set we have marked, we have drawn the rectangle and marked the universal set. Then just take two circles. The first circle is representing A and second circle is B, and the common element, this portion we will call it as A intersection B. Here we are not marking any element here. This we know that it is common for both A and B. Common means A intersection B. Then we have to go for A minus B. A minus B means the elements which are in A, that means A circle, but not in B. That means B portion is removed. Means only this portion. So that portion we have to mark. Elements which are in A but not in B means only the shaded portion. That is the A minus B. Then B minus A means elements which are in B but not in A, means this portion is gone. The entire B circle, A portion is removed. That means this portion. This is the portion for B minus A. Next we shall discuss the exercise problems. I request all the students to recall the definitions before start solving these questions. Means we have discussed the Venn diagram. How do we represent the elements or the sets in Venn diagram? And union of sets. Union of sets means together. When we are collecting the elements of two or more sets together, we form the union of sets. And when you are going for intersection of sets, we have to compare the sets and find out the common elements. That is called the intersection of sets. And also we have discussed about disjoint sets and the difference between sets. Disjoint set means there will be no common element, then we can say that these given sets are disjoint. And another thing is that difference. A minus B means the elements which are in A but not in B. So these definitions, just recall it and then come for solving these questions. First question, find the union of each of the following pairs of sets. Very simple questions if you know the definitions. So here union, let's recall it. Union means combination of two sets. Together we are writing. First of all, x is equal to set of 1, 3, 5. Y is equal to set of 1, 2, 3. These are the two sets. And union means we use the symbol x union y is equal to collect it together. 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. Means just 1 we are writing. Next is 2. Next is 3. And next is 5. Here 3 is repeating, but we write only one time. So set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next is A is equal to A, E, I, O, U, B is equal to A, B, C. So when you write A union B means, here you can see A, then next is B, next is C, then next is E, I, O, U. Write it in alphabetic order. So A, B, C, then E, I, O, U. Repeated elements no need to take. Then A is equal to set of x such that x is a natural number and a multiple of 3. Here I said repeated elements no need to take, not like that. Repeated elements take only once. Okay, Don't write 2 or 3 times. However, just go through all these elements very carefully and make sure that it is repeating. Then only you write only one time. So don't miss out any element. And we may think that it is easy, and sometimes we may make mistakes. Or else, if you are confusing, just use pencil just to mark the common elements and then take only once. And when you check the next question, a is equal to set of x such that x is a natural number and a multiple of 3, and b is equal to x such that x is a natural number less than 6. These are in set builder form. We will write it in roster form first. Here multiple of 3. Multiple of 3 means we know that 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, etc. And natural number, just a is equal to, just write the elements here, 3, 6, 9, and next is natural number less than 6. Natural number less than 6, we know natural number starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, less than 6. Less than 6 means only up to 5. Okay, remember that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the elements. Then when you are just going for A union B, it is equal to 1, 2, 3 is there repeating in both the places. So only one time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, etc. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, then 12, etc. will be going here. Remember this etc. please put, because this is an infinite set. If you are not putting etc. here, this 12 from where it is coming means from here only. The 9, then after that next number is 12. That's why 12 is included here. Then etc. also you have to put, because the first set is an infinite set and this one is a finite set. That's why there is an end here, but here it is an infinite set because it is going multiple of 3. Then question number 4, a is equal to set of x such that x is a natural number and 1 less than x less than or equal to 6. b is equal to x such that x is a natural number and 6 less than x less than 10. Here let's write it in roster form. That is, x is a natural number and 1 less than x less than or equal to 6. Means you can see here there is no equal to. That means 1 will not be included, starting from 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Before 6 there is an equal to, less than or equal to 6. X less than or equal to 6 means 6 will is included. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the elements. Next is b such that x is a natural number and 6 less than x less than 10. You can see here both the sides there is no equal to. 6 less than means from 6 will not be included, and here it is x less than 10. Equal to not there, that means 10 is not included. Numbers between 6 and 10 only, 7, 8 and 9. When we consider the union, A union B is equal to, here you can see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So no number is repeating, we can write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next we shall discuss the fifth question. A is equal to set of 1, 2, 3 and B is equal to 5. So just to take the union. Union means combination of two sets. That is, A is 1, 2, 3 first set, B is the null set. Means there is no element in that particular set. Quite clear when you take the union what will happen. So A union B means here nothing is there to mix up. So just only 1, 2, 3 will be coming. That is equal to set of 1, 2, 3. Next, there is question number 4. This question, you can see A is set of 1 2 3 4, B is set of 3 4 5 6, C is set of 5 6 7 8, and D is equal to set of 7 8 9 10. And A union B, A union C, B union C, B union D, A union B union C, A union B union D, B union C union D. So these are the questions we are asked to find out. So these questions you will do it as homework. Dear students, today we have discussed union and intersection of sets and how to represent sets by using Venn diagram. And we have also discussed about disjoint sets, and I request all the students to go through the definitions very carefully and recall it whenever you get time. And then only you try to solve the given questions or the exercise questions. And while solving, if you face any difficulty about the concept, please mark it and keep. We will discuss it during the discussion session. Thank you for watching.